What's going on, guys? It's Cliffy here. I've pulled out my Canterbury Wizards shirt, and hopefully today it's going to bring us some luck in the 50 over cup against Western Australia. So we've finished off with the Big Bash obviously last week, didn't manage to go and pick up the victory there. So now back into domestic stuff, looking I guess really for an IPL or a county contract. So apparently according to our selection status, we are quite close, I think, in the county championship, and we're quite close in their 40 over cup and their 2020 cup as well, and I think we're edging on the national team as well. No, who do we play for in this? I think we must play for the New Zealand national team in this. I can't remember. I get confused in my career modes. Anyway, again, just thank you everyone for the massive amounts of support that we've received for the tour mode series. It's looking crazy. Like, I never thought I was going to get this amount of support for it. It is honestly just incredible, and because of the amount of support that it has got, it is actually potentially going to lead to another series as well in probably the near future, because I just don't know with the amount of players that I've got at the moment if tour mode really is going to work. I mean, I think at the moment there's about 29 players or something, so it's absolutely crazy. We bowl Maiden first up there, but yeah, 29 players, absolutely crazy. So hopefully this new idea can potentially come into effect. I don't know when it's going to come into effect or if it's going to come into effect, but I would like it to. And there's a nice wee twist as well there. I just got to go and discuss a few finer points just with a few people. So once we've done that, it's quite cool, and it's going to have a real like tournament flow to it as well, so I'm really looking forward to that. It should be a lot of fun. So moving on now to, I guess, stuff that has just happened overnight. Obviously started the 5th Ashes test. The Australians finally, I guess, got going a little bit with the bat. Rogers hit, you know, he does what he normally does. He grinded out runs. I think at one stage I went and looked, and he was about 3 off 39, and I was just like, what? That is absolutely crazy. But he scored that. So he got in the late 40s, I think. I think he got about 40. No, it might have been the early 40s. I think he got about 33. Warner got 80 odd. Smith's still in at the moment. He's on 78, not out. Clark's batting woes continue. He's only on 15. No, he was out on 15. Yeah, out on 15. And Voges is in on about 47 at the moment, which is a good sign for him. Whether his test career is going to continue post-Ashes is another question. Obviously, he is a wee bit old. Well, older, shall we say. And, you know, whether there's someone young that's going to come in, whether the Australians are going to go for basically a complete revamp of the test side, nobody really knows. So we're just going to have to wait and see. So another over finished off, just the 3 coming off it. So we're, I guess, doing what we do best, and that is go and pick up wickets, obviously. And if we're not picking up wickets, we're being economical. So I think the guy down the other end actually went and picked one up. So we may have the Marsh brothers batting together. No, that's Voges there, number 24. So Sean Marsh gone. So it's Mitch and Adam in at the crease. So, and then also last night, Sangakkara's farewell test in Sri Lanka, India versus Sri Lanka. Rahul scoring 100 there at the top of the innings, and everyone else kind of, I think, got starts and got going. I think Rohit Sharma's still in. No, he got out at just before stumps. I think he made 70 odd, and then other players chipped in as well. I think Virat Kohli scored 70 as well, and for some reason, I think Ajinkya Rahane scored a 50, but I'm not wrong. I mean, I may be wrong. He went and he got pushed up to number 3, and there are a few Indian fans and I guess Indian cricket personalities that are going and saying, well, they're blasting the selectors for moving him up there, because they're kind of thinking, you know, it's a bit of a sacrificial lamb to go and put him up there. That Indian number 3 spot has been highly debated as of late. As to who's going to do it, who's going to be there, who's the best choice. And a lot of people don't think it's Rohit Sharma. They just don't think he's consistent enough. He is a good batsman, but just not consistent enough at number 3, and just doesn't really warrant selection at number 3. So Rahane getting, as I said, well, being the sacrificial lamb in that situation there. He's a good player. I mean, he's a guy who could go and, I think, bat at number 3 for that Indian side. But what's happened to Pujara? That's what I want to know. He's one of those guys who really, I think, should be in the side. He had a bad spell of a bad run of form, sorry. But apart from that, I mean, he is, I remember him coming to New Zealand when India toured here last, and he was one of those guys that he didn't have a very good series, mind you, but he was one of those guys that, you know, came over here and had an average of like 60. And how do you keep a guy like that out of the side? He is a class player. He's a test player. He's not going to play one days for you. He's not going to play 2020s for you. He is a test specialist. And I think that's kind of what India need, because at the moment they don't really have too many test specialists. Obviously, well, I was going to say Murali Vijay, but he's actually played one day as recently on the tour to Zimbabwe, I believe. So Rahul maybe is one, but all the rest of them do seem to play across most formats. So I think Pujara in at number 3 could be a very good thing for the Indian side to do. He can really just focus and make that number 3 spot his own in the test squad. I didn't even notice that they were 5 down. We go and bowl another maiden, so blocking it up from one end, hopefully that means from the other end they are going to go and take some wickets. So but at 5 for 68, Western Australia are in a little bit of trouble. So hopefully we can go and capitalise this and really push home the fact towards the end of the innings. Oh, give me a catch, come on. Give me a wicket, come on. But yeah, hopefully we can go and knock over the tail very quickly. Something that I have discussed in videos previously, coming up against Western Australia is always, I wouldn't say daunting, but it's always one of those things as a bowling side that, you know, I guess it really just depends on how the tail turns up on the day. I mean, the tail that they have are still very good batsmen. I mean, Ashton Agar at number 8, we all know what he can do. And then I think Kunta Niles in there as well. And he's kind of classed as an all-rounder. He's batted up as high as 7. Oh, yes, I think that's LBW. I think that's just clipped the pad. We get it, boys. We get it. We get Sammy Whiteman, who I've actually tipped. I tipped him to be Australia's next limited overs keeper, but they have gone, I guess, with the more secure option this tour of using Matthew Wade. So I still think that Sam White potentially is in line, you know, after Matty Wade. Because Matty Wade, I mean, he's not the youngest guy going around. I think he must be about... He must be close to 30, which, I mean, for a wicketkeeper isn't too old. I mean, we've seen Brad Haddin obviously play till he's... God knows how old. How old is Brad Haddin now? I think he's about... He's in his late 30s. We saw him play up to his late 30s. And there goes another maiden. So another maiden goes slipping away. Thanks to the final ball of the over. But we managed to go and pick up the wicket. So we bowled 5 so far, 2 maidens for 11 runs, and the 1 wicket so far. So hopefully we can go and carry that on, pick up another couple. 6 for 88, and really looking to go and push home, I guess, the advantage in this game. So halfway through the innings, and at this stage, you wouldn't imagine Western Australia really would be looking at getting too many more. So it's going to be interesting if we can pick up Marsh. You know, because he's always still... How did he cut that so fine? If the wicketkeeper was standing up at the stumps, he almost would have taken that out of the keeper's gloves. That's how late it was. That was a late cut, if I've ever seen one. Alright, come on, Ashton. Give us something. Come on. You got to give us something. We got to get a wicket from you somehow. You're just... I was going to say, you're a bit of a slogger, but you're not. You're actually quite composed with the bat. I mean, there's quite a nice shot. Probably should have taken the single. That's something they still haven't fixed. I thought they would have brought out maybe a patch or something for that. Players basically get halfway down the wickets and then turn back for a single. If you're halfway down, why not keep going? I mean, it's probably technically, in my understanding and from, I guess, past experience, if you're halfway down, it's going to be quicker to go and keep carrying on down the obviously down the pitch or down the side of the pitch, because you're not supposed to run on it. Because if you have to turn back, you have to turn obviously 180 degrees, turn around, and then go again. So that's just my personal thoughts. I could be wrong. I didn't spend too much time out in the middle when I was batting. I did have a few decent scores. No 50s though. No 50s, which I was a wee bit gutted about. I had a 47 in one game that we were going and looked like completely out of it, and then I think for the 7th or 8th wicket partnership, I think me and my partner put on 100, and then we went and got close. There was another game that I scored, I think I had 48 not out twice, and I didn't know that I was getting close, and there was only like an over left, and I think I I can't remember what I needed, but had I known that I'd only needed a few more to get 50, I probably would have gone and tried for the boundary. Um, and then I got 48 another time as well. I can't quite remember. I can remember one of the 48s, but I can't remember the other one. I think they may have potentially been at the same ground, on the same pitch. Maybe. I've good memories of that place. I've never been dismissed at Waltham Park. For those in Christchurch who know, Waltham Park, I've never been dismissed there. Average of infinity. Come on, Mitchell Marsh. Your average isn't going to be infinity because you're going to give me your wicket next over. I can just feel it. Just feel it in my bones. Come on, boys. We really need to go and wrap this up. We really just need to put the nail in the coffin and just finish it off. I suppose my field probably doesn't help because this is just like my go-to field, my go-to defensive field. And as I said, probably doesn't help the situation that that we're in because, oh, great fielding, mate. Great dive. Don't know what you needed to dive for, but that's all right. Kunta Niall's going along nicely. As I said, probably really is classed as an all-rounder. He's a guy... Oh, my... Almost put the mockers on him. Almost put the mockers on him. He was so far through that shot, and it basically, I think it hit the thigh pad and almost ricocheted down onto the stumps. Just not having any luck today. Just not having any luck. We got that LBW of Sam Whiteman, where he kind of just, I guess, misplayed the shot and just got his bat and his pad caught up a little bit, and we just struck it just on the pad. And I think it would have been quite close, actually. You know, not review material, but if you did have two, you know, maybe that one would be worth dabbling and just having a look at, because it probably was out. Oh, damn it. Just need to bowl straight, full and straight to the tail enders. That's all you got to do. Come on, Cliffy. What do we got? 2 overs left. Mitchell Marsh has hung around, and that has really been the difference in the score so far. That if we'd got Mitchell Marsh earlier, I think it would have been over now. My God, should have had that guy in close. Just had a fine. Well, no, I think a fine leg wouldn't have got there. I think it was just. I think it was a little bit squarer than where fine leg would have been. So, but still a dot ball, and we still continue to go and build the pressure. So really, that's what we want to keep doing. See, Mitchell Marsh, he's on 40. He's kind of... You wouldn't say he's kept the innings together, because the innings is only on 135, but he really has, I guess, not made it competitive. Like, this should be a fairly easy chase for our batsmen. But it's one of those things where it's better to go and have a situation like this and at least give your bowlers something to bowl at. You know, if you go and if they go through here, bat out their 50 overs, let's say they got another 15, let's say they make another 60 odd runs, you know, they make 200, and all of a sudden you do have something to bowl at as a bowler. However, if you go and get out for 120 or something like that, pretty easy chase for the batsman. They should go and chase it down. Saying that though, sometimes it's those small chases that are the tricky ones, you know. They're the ones that you get a little bit panicked as a batsman. You lose a couple wickets earlier, just like, oh crap, we can't lose chasing down 120. We can't not chase down 120. You know, we should be able to do that. Rah rah rah. They got Kunta Niall, I believe, which is good. So 8 down now. Mitchell Marsh still in there though, so it would be nice to pick up him. That'll be a wide. That one will be re-bowled. Stupid. No swing. No swing on offer whatsoever with this old ball. We're into our final over. We've bowled 4 maidens so far and only gone for 17. So Cliffy at his economical best. Just doing what he does for the side. As we've said in the past, not a big wicket taker, but he is a guy who he'll trudge through, get through his 10 overs, and very rarely will he go for a lot of runs. So, and sometimes you need that in a team. You need bowlers who are going to go and complement each other. If you've got a spearhead like we do down the other end, you know, someone like Kane Richardson who's just going to steam in. Joe Meany seems to take a few wickets. So does Chad Sawyers. I know they both are only medium paces, but maybe just getting it in the right areas is working for them. And then you've got myself who just goes and just plugs away. Plugs away with line and length bowling and just doesn't get hit. Just doesn't get hit. Doesn't pick up too many wickets. But normally, you know, it's kind of the old saying for me, you know, when it rains, it pours kind of thing. Because when we do get wickets, we seem to get them in a large quantity very quickly. You know, it doesn't just drizzle for Cliffy. It either pours down or we're in a drought. And that is not the best way to finish off our spell. Still 1 for 22 off 10 overs, which, as I said, included 4 maidens, I believe. So that is good. And we'll just get to the end of the game. Hopefully, as I said, it shouldn't be too big of a chase for our guys. We should get there quite comfortably, and I don't think we're going to be required to bat either. That's what I was just waiting to see if we were going to be required to bat. But Tommy Cooper and Phil Hughes getting us home there. So Phil Hughes, man of the match for his 92 not out off 77. Tommy Cooper with 47 off 66 as well. We pick up 1 for 22. Cam Richardson, the pick of our bowlers, with 3 for 17. But anyway, guys, I'm going to wrap this video up here. Do hope you have enjoyed it. If you have, please remember to leave a like. If you are new, please do subscribe. Make sure you check out my Facebook and Twitter. Links to that can be found down below in the description. Hope you guys have had a good week. Make sure you tune in tomorrow. We've got some Rory McIlroy. I was going to say Tiger Woods again. I just can't really get that out of my head. But Rory McIlroy PGA Tour. Make sure you do not miss that.